What is up, YouTube? How are you guys doing? I hope it's amazing. I got kind of a different video than what I've been putting out, but I feel like right now as the market's starting to turn over a little bit, this would be a perfect time for me to put this out so people have another resource to go to and kind of bounce their ideas off of or get new ideas to add to their portfolio / watch list. If you've been watching my TikToks at all, I've been kind of screaming for the past week and a half that we're starting to get a little frothy out there and we need to start trimming back those positions. But if you're not following my TikTok, make sure you go check that out. So this video is going to be broken up into 3 separate parts. This is going to be part 1, and we're going to be going over 7 of the 21 stocks that are on my watch list / portfolio. So some of these companies I own, some of these companies I do not own, but are on my watch list and I'm super interested in. And I'll kind of touch on each company a little bit, why they made the list or what has intrigued me to either buy or put them onto the watch list. So I'm gonna kind of touch on each company individually here, just a very brief amount. I'm not gonna go into any financial. One thing you should know about me is I am a little bit more of a risk taker than other investors. So you're not gonna see any Apple on this list. You're not gonna see any Amazon, any Microsoft, any Facebook. Those may be great companies, but when I see a company like that, and me being so young, it's like, how much more growth can they really have? We're talking about most of those companies are already $1 trillion companies. At most I could see them being $2 or $3 trillion companies, and that's a crazy amount of money. So that's them basically doubling or tripling. Those companies, for the most part, are not growing anymore. And if you're not growing, in my eyes, you're dying. And I know there's dividends and there's other reasons to invest in those companies. That's not a knock on those companies by any means. It's just not what I am into, I guess, when I am investing. I'm looking for risky plays that can 10, to 100 times my money, because I'm not going to go too much into this, but I feel like everybody should have a retirement portfolio and then play around money. This and what I'm talking about on this channel is strictly play around money for me. So make sure you're taking that with a grain of salt when you're looking into any of these companies, or you are following anything that I do when it comes to investing. I'm very risky, and I know at some point that if I ever, hit one of these out of the park, my mindset might change a little bit to keeping wealth rather than growing wealth. But for right now, I want to grow my wealth because I'm still fairly young. I'm not even 30 yet. I am currently 28. So that's enough of me rambling. Let's just get into the video here. Hope to God I don't have that long of an intro on the next 2 videos. But yeah, let's roll that intro. All right, so since the intro's over, let's just get right into this. You guys fell for it. You guys, I can't believe it. Every single time you think I'm gonna teach you about stocks and not be professional. I can't. This is just ridiculous. All right, let's get on to the next. And there we go. That's a little bit better. We're a little bit more professional, and we can talk about finances finally. So now that we're into the proper clothing to talk about money, because you can't talk about money and not be professional. The companies that I want to cover first are obviously the easy ones that every millennial is going to be invested in. It's the Mary Jane plays. If you don't know what Mary Jane means, or if you don't understand what I'm talking about here, then I'm sure you can Google other meanings for Mary Jane and find out. I feel like this is a space where I wanted to feel as safe as possible with the company that I pick. Obviously, there's probably like 10 or 15 companies you can honestly pick from. Ticker symbol is CGC. Canopy Growth. The thing that's good about them is they have the biggest amount of cash on their balance sheet. They're operating already within Canada. And yes, they may be losing money, but the big thing that makes them the play that I really like is because they're one of the few companies that still have 40+% of insiders that own the company. That's such a big thing for me, is because this space I feel like has a lot of people pretending to know what they're talking about just because they are the user of the product, or they see this as a potential space to make a lot of money, and they're trying to make the money now by making a company and then going public and then selling out of that company, because that was their real business plan, right? They wanted to make the money upon going public, and now that they made their money, they could care less really if the business succeeds or fails, because they've already made their money. So 2 companies that I've just learned a little bit about. I still have to do a deep dive into these, but the first one is ticker symbol OGI, or Organigram. This is a very new company for me. I was actually found this one by going through the Robinhood Top 100 and just organizing it in different ways, and I came across it, and it's got a ton of people that are holding it, a ton of good support around it. I just don't know exactly what they do yet. I still have to do a really deep dive onto this company, and that's just me being completely honest with you. I add it to my watch list because I want to understand it more. I want to learn more about it. So this is a big reason why you need to subscribe to this channel, or you at least need to follow along, because I move companies off and on to my watch list all the time. I'm constantly moving it, and I want to share that with you guys. When I have a good idea, or when I have an idea in general about investing, I'm quick to find the companies that kind of cover that idea and then throw it onto my watch list, and then do the research and kind of watch the price action over a couple of weeks just to see if it's something that I want to invest in. So this company could be on there today but gone tomorrow. And that's kind of similar to this next company, is Planet 13, or PLNHF. I got this company from, I don't know if you know Jeremy. He's kind of the inspiration for this channel. I've gotten a lot of good news and resources from him in the past, so whenever he gets really bullish on a company, I'm probably going to add it to my watch list, at least to do my own research. Currently hold no position in this one as well, but again, I'm very interested in learning a lot more about this company so I can make an educated choice on whether or not I'm going to buy or sell. Obviously there's other plays out there, but those are the ones that interest me. The next 2 companies that I want to talk about are in the medical space. The first one is Intellia Therapeutics. Ticker symbol is NTLA. Basically what they're very similar to like Editas and CRISPR. They're a gene editing company that's very similar to them. I got this pick from, I got this from Cassie Wood. I align a lot of my values with Cassie Wood when it comes to the type of companies I want to invest in. That was one of the things I did, as I went through her portfolio and picked out some companies. There's actually, I think, 2 other companies on here that are coming up that are actually going to be in this video. They're probably going to be the last 2 that I cover, that are also from going through Cassie Wood's investment. Next company is a company that I found just by doing a normal screener. I think I just made a video about it. You can go watch it right here. The last sector that I'm going to cover in this video is 3D printing, the industrial side of 3D printing. There are some unique advantages to 3D printing that we haven't really seen taken advantage of yet, but we very well could see in the future. So the first one is X1 company. Basically what they do is they make sand and metal molds. They're basically taking founding. If you don't know what founding is, it's where you pour like aluminum or tin into a mold and then you make the part that way. It's normally like a sand mold. They take and they print the actual sand mold itself. The next one is Strateris. Ticker symbol is SSYS. That's a lot easier to remember than Strateris. I don't know if that's how you say it yet. That's just what I'm going with here on this video. But basically, they're gonna be the manufacturer of quick plastic parts. I hope these first 7 stocks gave you kind of a mindset of what millennial investors like me are kind of interested in. If you're a millennial investor and you don't agree with any stocks that I put on my list, that's fine with me. You can complain about it in the comments. You can dislike the video. It's all the same to me. But if there's anybody that enjoyed the video and took a lot away from it, make sure you please hit the like button. And I love you guys. Peace.